we are able to transfer or transition towards the renewables or other sources of energy. More specifically, when we talk about the solar energy, right? So we need to have the solar panels. It's supporting accessories also. For that, we have to do the manufacturing also. For that manufacturing, we also need energy, right? So, I mean, it seems a kind of a paradox. How does it operate, the transition from the conventional sources of energy to the alternative sources?
Well, thank you so much for such a wonderful question, I must say, because this is a paradox. We believe that whenever we go for energy transition, we are just sustaining our old habits with the new tools, and they actually produce a lot of waste in the coming years. Like a panel you buy today is going to be expire in next 20 to 30 years because we have done better technology.
So there is a cost on its manufacturing, and then when it becomes a thing of a waste, there has to be some cost in order to get away with that also, right? Am I correct?
And just wanted to add into this information that Pakistan is one of the largest receiver of the waste, electronic waste in the world. We actually consume a lot of that waste and turn it into, we mine it for the gold and for the silver. But to be honest, I agree with you that it's a paradox that we believe that we are inventing new tools for the old habits. We cannot, the earth cannot sustain it. The report you mentioned is just like the holy grail to climate science. Because in North America, we have WMO, World Meteorological Organization, and in the Europe, we have that organization that usually translate complex climate science into the words which simple man can understand.
Right.
And in that scenario which you have mentioned, that Earth is actually in the 12th hottest month ever recorded in the last 150 or 70 years. We are in that kind of sphere. So we are in uncharted water territories. We don't know what to do. The best case scenario which we believe we can do is to transfer our energy sources to renewable capacity, so that we can actually buy some time, because eventually this threshold about 1.5 which set by the Paris Agreement is a scientific limit, but people take it as a political one. The best case scenario, Guardian recently published that around the world, climate scientists like ours in Pakistan believe that the best case scenario we can achieve in 2100 is 2.5 degrees centigrade. So it's way more than we actually imagine right now. So I believe in
the
this
reduction to 2.5 degrees Celsius by 2100. Is that what you are saying?
That is what I'm saying, because currently that is what I'm coming from, because
so that much of reduction, I mean, that 1.5 degree pre-industrial level, that hasn't been achieved so far, despite all that talk and that whatever is happening around the world in form of the conferences and so much talk about this particular issue and the kind of effects that we are also seeing across various regions. So by 2100, reducing it to 2.5 degrees pre-industrial levels, I mean, how is that doable?
Just wanted to, I think there's a misunderstanding. I'm telling about that the best case scenario the world global climate scientists can achieve or can think of is the 2.5 degree above the pre-industrial level. So it's above 2.5 no matter what we do, no matter how we do, or no matter how much we do. The only currency we have today is the scale and the time.
Even in that scenario, 2.5 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels. So what are going to be the possible manifestations of that increase? I mean, from 1.5 to 2.5 degrees Celsius increase, of course, until 2100. So that is the best case scenario that you think that the scientists could actually put a cap on, if I'm perceiving it right. So even that shift from 1.5 degrees Celsius to 2.5 degrees Celsius, what are going to be the manifestations as far as the climatic events around the globe is concerned?
It's already right in front of you. Recently, EMDAT, the world, that is the organization which actually calculates the natural disasters around the globe. And they actually published a report for 2023, and in which they said that we have 309 disasters only in 2023. We actually lost around $236 billion for the climate bill. It's not only happening in Pakistan, it's happening all around the world. Now, there is a study published in Nature recently which tells us by 2050, this loss and damage would be 38 trillion to the economy, of the global economy. 38 trillion is a big number for the economy like ours. We can be like, we can disappear from the map.
By 2050?
By 2050.
$38 trillion of losses to the global economy. Isn't that
from the forthcoming?
Your point is well. Quick last comment. In one sentence, Salah, unfortunately we're short of time. Which source do you identify could be dealt with in order to go in the right direction to stop that rise in global temperature immediately?
Just tax wealth tax, put the money where the mouth is. Secondly, stop fossil fuel, new rigs for the fossil fuel, new wells for the fossil fuel. Just stop it and make sure that fossil fuel industry reduce its extraction of oil. Just these two.
Talha Tufail Bhatti, environmental scholar, heading Strengthening Regional Climate Resilience Program at Institute of Regional Studies in Islamabad. Thank you very much for joining us. And Mr.